Hello Aries, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aries for the middle of September. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and take a look at what we have here, Aries. Let me get a shuffle in here. Now I'm using the Gilded Tarot as well as the Angel Answers Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. All right. Let's go ahead and make sure we get all the cards out here. I'll make sure we're all set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it. Do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. All right. Okay. Things are going good for you, Aries. All right. I think that looks just about good enough to me for right now. All right. Energy on the bottom. You have the Emperor. So the Emperor, this is somebody who is really a leader in work, or just they have the energy of leadership. And not only leadership, but also authority as well. This is somebody who is well respected in whatever they do for their work, in their place of employment, or whatever they do. This is a good omen. This is seen as a good omen in business contexts. When you get the Emperor, you could also say that this is like big boss energy. It's bossing up, it's being a boss, it's being a leader, all of those sorts of things. This is also traditionally seen as like the father archetype in tarot, and so it can deal with issues around, or it could be related to the father or your fatherhood if you are a father, or something like that. But let's go ahead and let's see what this could be around. I definitely love to see the Emperor on the bottom. I think for many of you this is probably more about money. Okay, so I do have to say, this middle of September, all of the readings that I've been doing recently, most of them have been about not so much work, but more so about money. There might be some elements of work in here as we go along, but I think something about finances for the collective right now are coming in pretty heavily here. So let's just dive in. In the overall situation, you do have the Six of Pentacles, which is this idea of kind of giving and receiving. You can see that there's inflow, outflow going on here in the card. There's outflow in that this person is giving money away to the people here. This is associated with the act of charity, but there's also inflow in that as they give, the scale begins to balance and to tip in their direction. So it's this idea that as you give, you receive, and this kind of natural flow between everything in the universe, in the world, whatever you want to attach meaning to. Now, the Six of Pentacles, this can say that there's also this idea of like material and spiritual prosperity, in that life is more than just money. Money's great. Money helps make things easier, but I can genuinely tell you, Aries, that money does not fix everything. It doesn't. And I think most people will tell you that. And the thing about this is, there is the spiritual side of life as well, which the Six of Pentacles does say. Remember that there are more sides to life than just what you're bringing in, or your income, or what you have invested, and all of that type of energy. So yeah, those are kind of the things that are showing up here in my mind when I look at the Six of Pentacles. I think some people look at you as somebody who has made it with the Six of Pentacles and the Emperor on the bottom. Definitely a good sign. In the problem position, you have this Knight of Swords, and what I would say here is this card can come forward around impulsivity. I will tell you that I feel like just be extra careful about gambling at this time. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor. Contact your financial advisor or whatever. I can't give financial advice, but I will say that be careful of making impulsive decisions related to money at this time, as you have the King of Swords here combined with the Six of Pentacles. Definitely something that is sort of kind of showing up or coming up in my mind here for you at this time. So yeah, the Knight of Pentacles, it does ask you to strike while the iron is hot and sort of take advantage of good opportunities, but it's in the problem position, right? And so when you get it like that, it's more about like, are you potentially making an impulsive decision? Are you sort of potentially putting yourself at risk? Have you thought through something fully here at this time, Aries? So some of the things that kind of I think you're dealing with, I think there's, especially because this idea of outflow with the Six of Pentacles, I'm definitely getting something here about like, are you giving a lot? Like, are you helping friends and family out with money? Are you placing a lot of bets in the markets? Are you literally going to the casino? Like, are these things kind of coming up for you at this time? Now, in the past, you have the Ace of Cups as well here showing up. And so the Ace of Cups talks about some type of new beginning in love. And definitely a nice card for love. There's not a whole lot of love energy. This is really the only like traditional love card that I would find. You can attach a love meaning to any card, but this is kind of one of the big ones. And so, what this could be around is the theme of this reading, I think, is more about finance. This could be around you acquiring your vision here. If you take a look at the eyeball, they're kind of attaining a vision for what they would love to see this cup be filled up with. And so what do you want to fill your cup up with? I feel like is the question that you've been asking yourself here in the past, as it is showing up here in the past. And also kind of, you can see the phases of the moon here, kind of above the eye. I think some of you have been like searching for a vision at this time, or maybe doing some sort of visualization here in the past, I think related to money, related to abundance, all of those sorts of things. It's always a nice idea to plant those seeds in your mind, because it really does give it space to grow, right? You must plant the seeds in order to see the tree grow. And in creating strong visualizations, you do create space for that outcome to happen in the universe. Remember, it's like it gets really deep into the weeds, but there are multiple potentials for you, like at all times, right now in your life, there are multiple potentials, but it depends on, are you aligning your vibration with the potential that you want to attract? And yeah. Now, in the future, you have the Death card as well, which is about a transformation in your life. The Death card says that there's the old way of doing something is fading out. It's leaving. This is the old guard changing and the new guard coming in to your life. This is you going from the caterpillar to the butterfly. Anything that is traditional could be changed under the influence of the Death card. And so this is not about death and dying. It's about going through a transformation. If you think about it this way, if there's something that you've been doing over and over and over again, if it's like, this is just an example that's coming in. If you're like on the 12th month of you giving like a family member money, it's like, this is something that is now becoming like a pattern. And maybe there's a transformation coming in that area where you may say, you know what, like, I'm kind of tapped out here, like, whatever, right? You may be thinking about, like, there might be something that you've been doing for some time now that changes in your life here. And I use that giving example because you have the Six of Pentacles, which again can be about charity, or just like you spending money or giving money away. In your thoughts, this is what you are aware of. This is what is in your consciousness. You have the Hanging Man. You do know that you need to let go of something. So there's this energy here on this reading, which is very interesting about like giving, but it's this idea of like letting go, giving. The thing about this Six of Pentacles, I keep returning to it. The thing about the Six of Pentacles, it can also say that maybe you do giving in a different way. Like maybe you give through, maybe you give a friend healing advice or healing words of advice, or you're always there for somebody or whatever. But there's this situation connected to the Six of Pentacles in impulsivity that there's like a letting go that you are very much aware of here at this time, Aries. And I would say, look, we are in this Mercury retrograde. It's nothing to be concerned about. But what I am saying is during Mercury retrogrades, it's very easy to say something that you later regret. And so if you do need to let go of someone or you need to let go of something, try to the best of your ability to do it with love. Do it from a place of love. And you may feel really fulfilled in doing that. And you accomplish your goal, which is to let go. You have this Eight of Pentacles as well. This is all about your hard work paying off in life. It's positive movement forward, a good movement forward in your work life. But most importantly, the Eight of Pentacles is the biggest card of a talent in the tarot. It says you have some sort of talent, gift, skill, or ability that will always keep you well provided for. So yeah, I definitely, I want to see what else comes forward. I'm very interested to see what these three cards are. I'm not going to peek at them yet. We'll wait. But there is this very, very interesting energy that I do not see often around you being successful, but also being careful about where you place your money or what you do with your money. In the staff, in the direction that you are headed, in your current influence, the way that you influence the situation, you do have the Four of Cups here showing up. So Four of Cups, this can be somebody who's sort of stuck in or trapped in boredom and apathy. This person here is potentially missing out on an opportunity or a golden opportunity here. And the Four of Cups really asks you to be careful that you are not missing out on opportunities. Now, what I will say is when you do something from a place of boredom, that's also not a good situation. And so what I'm trying to communicate here to you is do not just do something because you feel like you're going to miss out. If you don't act now, you feel like you're going to miss out. Because remember, we have impulsivity in the problem position. But what I am saying is there a situation in your life where you can maybe do some research and, when this opportunity arises, you'll be ready to maybe look at that. That is certainly something that's coming in here. The rest of the cards are really nice here in the direction that you're headed. So in the external influence, you have the Three of Wands. This can be about trade, import, export. There's something input, output, inflow, outflow, import, export. Like it's like IO, right? Like input, like this is something that is showing up in my mind for you at this time. And so I think that there are exchanges going on for you here, Aries. And the other thing about this Three of Wands is a really nice card of like getting excited, getting fired up, kind of taking something to the next level. It is a card of victory and success, maybe also travel. I just don't see any other travel indicators here. It's possible that some of you are like maybe starting like drop shipping, or like, I say that because of this idea of like spending money, getting money, like import, export. I don't know if that's it or it's something else, but it's definitely connected to finances. I feel pretty heavily here. This feels pretty good for you. In the hopes and fears, you do have this Seven of Pentacles showing up. So the Seven of Pentacles is your long-term financial situation. And, this to me suggests that you have grown something, right? So the tree has grown and the harvest is not completely full. The full harvest would be the Ten of Pentacles. But it is there's a harvest there, right? And this person is considering whether they should take it or not, or if they should allow it to grow fully. And whatever choice you make is going to eventually lead you to the right path. But some of you are maybe a little bit, because this is your hopes and fears. Some of you are hoping that this situation that I feel like you're maybe a little bit impulsive about, you're hoping that it's a long-term situation. But what I will say is just make sure that you do your research at this time. The outcome is definitely very good with the Page of Pentacles, which can indicate good news in your life, or it can indicate that your prospects in life are generally looking very good. This can talk about like you being an academic or studious person, hardworking person. It's generally just typically very good things. And pages are like messengers, right? And so you could receive news around this topic, because remember, we've been looking at Pentacles pretty heavily here. And yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at these three cards. Very interested to see what these are. Okay, so you have the Fool Four of Pentacles and Six of Swords. I laugh because, again, something about like the ships here, you see it in the background in this Three of Wands card, like connecting to my mind about this idea of import export, input output, you know, inflow outflow, like something going on here with this energy for you right now. Like, I get the sense that you have an opportunity to generate an abundance of something. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like writing a bunch of pages. Like, it might not be money, but it depends on what situation you find yourself in. Like, maybe you're writing a book. Like, you have a high output, but it also requires a large input. And obviously, but I definitely feel like there's something. Hopefully that makes sense. I think that there's something here about your energy and what you're getting out of your situation. Definitely like the new beginning here, showing up with the Fool and the Ace of Pentacles. And let's see what else we have in these oracle cards here. So you have remain positive, trust, and compromise. So the Scales energy here showing up now at the end. We saw the Scales and the Six of Pentacles. And again, I think that you're balancing something out in your life, money related. I also think if this is truly aligned with you, the only thing you can do is work hard and trust. Work hard and trust. If it's fully aligned and totally aligned, it will absolutely work out. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.